And apparently it seems that tomorrow there is no class. Am I right? Then if there should be no class, we just have a kind of a quick start on the trigonometry on advanced functions 12. And guys, by the way, something very important I just wanted to mention is that I left a note for you on the clipboard on the Schoology. I have given you the link to the book, Advanced Function 12. This is from the Nelson Education. And we follow chapter page by page, chapter by chapter from that book, just for the section of the trigonometry, because that book does a great job on the topic which we are just going to follow on the trigonometry. Then I have linked it, I have posted the note for you there. Please, after the class, go there. I'm going to assign the homeworks from that book. But speaking of the homework, guys, only 2 students submitted their homework on the logarithmic function, which it was due yesterday. Only 2 students, which is good for them. And I should say to them, you are doing a great job. But the rest of you who didn't submit your homework, guys, you are going to miss marks from the finals. Because these homeworks, when the class is running online, that's the only tool that it's going to be substantial for your final mark. Then if you do not do your homework, essentially you are losing marks from your final grade. Then please be very careful. If you keep doing that, you may fail the course if you do not submit your homeworks. And that's the crucial thing I just wanted to mention. Because in these online classes, homeworks takes more, I should say, they have more importance compared to even the exams. Then be very careful. If you do not if you continue like that, you may fail the course, unfortunately. That's the second point I wanted to mention. The third point I wanted to mention was that actually nothing. We can just jump into the course. Okay. And now, okay, we just started yesterday with this trigonometric function. It was a lesson from yesterday. I'm going to write it once more because it's going to be the lesson for today, which it was the log of 2x minus 1, 3 plus x, and the base was supposed to be x plus 4 divided by 2. Okay, that's all I need from yesterday's session. Everybody's there now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, guys, today is a little bit chilly out there, isn't that?
Yes, I can feel it.
Yeah, I just went to my balcony today. I said, oh my God, it's very chilly. I had to come back after 10 minutes.
So cold.
It seems this is still in winter, not yet spring. We did not see spring yet. Okay, guys, yesterday we started on this this inequality. And I said that you have to follow some very interesting strategy. And guys, please listen to this exercise very carefully because it's a kind of a good review for you for the quiz that we're going to have today for the logarithmic inequality. Okay, the first thing that we started yesterday, we zoomed and focused on, I should say, on the base of this inequality. We said that it starts from the base, and as a result, we said that from step number 1, we said that we take care that the base of this function, which is x plus 4 divided by 2, should be always positive, correct? Because if you remember from yesterday, we emphasized that for a log function, log of any function f of x, it can be single variable or multivariable, it doesn't matter. And it has a base x. X has to meet two criteria. If you remember it from yesterday, we said that the x has to be always positive, and at the same time, x cannot be 1. Then we use these two criteria first to deal with the base. Then as a result, for the first case, that the base has to be positive, what do we get at the end? It's going to be very easy. We say that then x has to be what? What condition you put on the x, guys? If x plus 4 divided by 2 has to be positive. Everyone, please wake up if you're asleep yet. Early morning. Hello? Ningji, Sean, Samantha, Oliver. Guys, are you in the room?
Yes.
Yes. Good morning, Mingji. What
Good
is your
morning.
thought on this one?
I used two domain, which is one is from 0 to 1, and then
No, I mean
the x.
this one, Mingji. That's right.
Yeah.
The thing you say, that's right. But I'm for step number 1, when the base is going to be positive.
Yeah.
This one. What
Sorry,
is your
what?
strategy?
I just plug the numbers into the equation directly.
Okay, that's a good strategy. But for this one, we said that, okay, x plus 4 divided 4, if it has to be positive, then I divide both sides to 2. Then I get x plus 4 still has to be positive. Then I take 4 to the other side, then I get what? Then I get, let me choose
X
a different
greater
color.
than -4.
That's right. Then as a result, what do we get is that x has to be greater than -4. Okay, this is the first, I should say. This is the first criteria that we are going to take and get from this step. That x has to be greater than -4. Okay, we're going to come back to this a little bit later. And also at the same time, that we know that the base, it's going to be our step number 2. Step number 2, that the base, which is x plus 4 divided by 2, should not be equal to 1. Then how much is that? X should not be equal to what?
-2.
That's so true. Then at the same time, x should not be equal to -2, because if you put -2 in this base criteria, you get -2 plus 4 becomes 2. 2 divided by 2 becomes 1. Then you know that the base of a logarithmic function under no circumstances should be equal to what? Should be equal to 1. That's these two criteria first. We are still not half done, but we know two conditions. The first condition is that the x should be greater than -4, and also at the same time, x should not be equal to -2. It's going to be page number 1 for today. Any questions, guys? Any questions so far?
Not really.
Any questions, guys? Nothing? Okay. If nothing, we just move on. Okay, now, guys, that's the most important part of solving this inequality, which I'm going to call this step number 3. For step number 3, I'm going to go back to the case, guys, that we talked yesterday. We said that when the x is the base of a trigonometric function, it has two criteria that it makes the behavior of a trigonometric functions drastically different. The first case was that if x is going to be between 0 and 1, essentially is less than 1, which we call that this is going to be a kind of a decay or decreasing function. And the second case was the fact that we said that the x is going to be greater than 1, which we called that it's going to be the growth case. It is a very important classification with respect to the base of the log function. Now, I'm going to follow these two steps for my, I should say, this logarithmic inequality. For the first case, guys, I assume that my base, what was my base? My base was what? X plus 4 divided by 2, correct? Is going to be between 0 and 1. Because this is the base of my logarithmic inequality. And at the same time that I make sure that this base should be positive and not equal to 1, I put another condition on it, and the condition is that the base of that logarithmic inequality, which is x plus 4 divided by 2, everyone can see this, should be between 0 and 1, which represents a decay function or decreasing function. Okay, for this inequality, guys, what is the condition which I get on the x? Hello? Guys, please participate in the course. So give your answers. Sean, Mingje, Oliver, Samantha. What is, can you, first of all, can you see this color on this paper?
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay, so I was not here yesterday, but I can give a guess. Like,
But you see the writing, huh? Is it the color is good, the font is good, the size is good?
yes.
Awesome. In that case, I'm gonna solve this inequality. In order to solve it, what is the strategy? I have to isolate x between these two inequality signs. But in order to isolate x, I have to take some steps. The first thing is that the first case, which it bothers me, is the fact that x plus 4 is divided by 2. Yes, everyone?
Yes.
Then the first thing is that I know that as long as 2 is a positive number, if I multiply all sides of this inequality by 2, then I get what? I can remove these 2. You know? Then if I multiply Samantha, Oliver, Sean, and Ninja, if I multiply all sides of this inequality by 2, what happens from the left? 2 times 0 becomes how much? 0, correct? 2 times, look at that, 2 times 0. And now I have 2. I have to just put some details there. Maybe you haven't seen that before. X plus 4 divided by 2 times 2 times 1. Correct, Samantha?
Yeah, right.
Does it make sense now?
Yes.
And what happens later then? I have 2 times 0 becomes how much? 0. Then I have my inequality sign. Then what else do I have? I have 2 times 2. They vanish. Then I'm left with what? X plus 4. And on the other side, I have what? 2 times 1 becomes how much? 2. Now, I see that I still have x plus 4 in between these two. Give me 1 second, I should be back. Okay, guys, I look at this one, I see whatever I have, which is squeezed, I call that this is squeezed or sandwiched between these two inequality sign, this is x plus 4. But I only need to squeeze only x. That's right. Imagine that this is sandwich and you need only the sausage in between. You do not need, let's say, 4 is a tomato. You have to remove the tomato between these sandwiches, huh? Then in order to do that, what should I do now? I have x plus 4 is between 0 and 2. I need to see x is between what and what. What do you recommend, guys? Can I subtract 4 from every side? Which it means that I say 0
is minus 4.
Minus 4 is less than x plus 4
Minus 4.
Minus 4 less than 2 minus 4. Correct?
So, yeah, so it's minus 4 less than x less than negative 2.
That's so true. Okay, now we got one more additional criteria to deal with. Then guys, step 3, step 1 and 2 gave us 2 criteria in the case that the base is between 0 and 1, which it means that the function is going to be a decay function. The function, the x should be between minus 4 and minus 2. And at the same time, x is greater than minus 4 and is still, this is not minus 2. Okay? And this one is met all here. Okay? Any questions so far? Nothing?
Nothing.
Okay. Okay, now, guys, but the problem which is a tricky one here, that's the reason I gave you this exercise yesterday, and I gave that as a homework to you, and nobody submitted the result of that homework to me yesterday. Although I should say it is very reasonable because you had to submit your comprehensive homework. But the fact is that when you have this log function, bless you.
Oh, thank
Which itself is the log of 2x minus 1 and 3 plus x, which its base is 2, and the base of the other function is going to be x plus 4 divided by 2. That's what we want. Guys, when you are dealing with this logarithm function, and when you decide that you just want this one to be, this one was supposed to be less than 0, then when you decide, guys, that this one is between 0 and 1 as a base, you can come to this conclusion that when you have a log function which has a base, and this is going to be f of x, and you want the whole to be less than 0, then you come to just write a theorem about that. And you can prove it. I leave the proof for you, and I do that. I make a video on it because I don't want to spend more time on the logarithmic function. I'm going to make a video on a screencast, save it, and share that with you, that you watch that on your free time. Then you will see that if this function, if you have b less than 1, And if this inequality needs to be held, then you can show that your f of x has to be what? Greater than 1.
Mm-hmm.
This is very crucial. I'm going to prove that for you. I'm going to save it as a lecture on the screencast and post it on the course website. But take it from this one here, this strategy that we're going to follow. If you're looking for the log of this function with the base b, the base is less than 1, and if you just want this log to be negative, the f has to be greater than 1 itself. You see, that's the clash. That's the fight. If b is less than 1, f is going to be bigger than 1 itself. b is less than 1, f is bigger than 1, make this one negative. You see the clash, huh?
Yes.
Okay, and now we just remember this one. Okay, and now if I'm going to follow this strategy, I'm going to make sure that the f of x which I have, which is going to be the log of 2x minus 1, 3 plus x based on 2, it has to be what? Bigger than 1, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Then becomes the log of 2x minus 1, 3 plus x, which the base is 2, has to be greater than 1, correct?
Yes.
That's right. And now, guys, we are at this stage. We want to solve this inequality. This is going to be very simple for you based on the lectures that we had on the first day. What do you think needs to be done? Just focus on this inequality. Just focus on this inequality. Mingje, Sean, Samantha, Oliver. I'm going to remind you guys that, as I said, take this as a very cool tip for future, that in logarithmic representation, whenever you see a number, especially 1, it reminds you of property number 1 that we discussed. Property number 1, we said that the log of a with the same base is always 1. Do you remember that, property number 1?
Yes. Oh, okay. So there's like 2x minus 1 over 2. What is it? 2 plus 1?
That's right. 3 plus 2x minus 1 divided by 3 plus x.
3 plus x is
Base 2.
base 2. Okay, let me think.
Should be greater, and I'm going to represent 1 based on a log.
Okay.
But what log should I represent? I know that the base and the main driver should be the same.
Yeah, so
I
it's
have
2.
a base 2. Yes, that's right. It's going to be 2 here, and it's going to be 2 here. Guys, do you see the color which I'm using to write?
Yeah,
Is it fine, or should I change the color?
it's okay.
It's okay. And now I have this one. And now you remember that from the case number 1 of the logarithmic inequalities that we learned, guys, we saw that previously, if I have 2 log function that they share the same base, the bases are the same, and there is an inequality, we take the main drivers responsible for this inequality. Do you remember that? And now it means what? It means 2x minus 1. 3 plus x should be greater than 2 itself.
Mm-hmm.
And now how to solve this?
Well, Wait. So it's 2x minus 1 greater than 2 multiplied by 3 plus x?
That's so true.
Yeah. And then you just do the multiply and plus 1 and divide by 2, and then you got x.
Or you can do something different because you know that, Samantha, with the inequalities, if the number that you're multiplying the both sides with inequality, we have to be more careful, because we know that if we multiply an inequality by a number, that's right, in case if that number is negative, the direction of the inequality gets reversed. Do you remember that?
Okay.
Did you have that in function 11?
Well, I never actually I take function 11, but it's 4 years ago. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh yeah, I remember that you mentioned.
it's okay. It's okay. Just so do you have any like other than this? Any method? I didn't see any method.
First of all, look at that. The previous criteria which we had. The previous criteria which we had, we said that x is going to be greater than -4. That's right, which it means that x can be -3, -2. If it's going to be -4, that's right. Or if it can be -2, this is going to be positive. That's right. Then we can, I'm just going to follow your, I should say, strategy to solve it, multiply both sides by 3 plus x, but I have to make sure that 3 plus x is going to be positive, which it means that x has to be greater than what? -3. That's right. I'm going to follow your advice, but based on the fact that x is greater than -3, that makes this one positive, then becomes what? 2x minus 1 is going to be greater than 2 times x plus 3 becomes what? Becomes 2x minus 1 greater than 2x plus 6, which it gives a wrong result. No, it's better not to do that. Guys, I'm going to erase this. It's better not to do that. We just do not do that. I just follow my own strategy. Guys, my own strategy is that I take 2 to the other side and becomes what? Everyone can see this if I write here?
Yes.
2x minus 1, x plus 3 goes to the other side, -2, greater than 0. Then what do you get at the end? It's going to be x plus 3. Take the common roots. 2x minus 1 minus 2 times x plus 3 should be greater than 0. And what do you get at the end? You get -7 divided by x plus 3 has to be positive, correct? Let me highlight this. Minjay, Oliver, Sean, are you there still?
Yes.
Is it everything clear so far?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
With page number 2, page number 3, then it's going to be -7 divided by x plus 3 should be net positive. -7, x plus 3 should be positive. Guys, that's the criteria here. How to solve this? Sean, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm eating the breakfast. So.
Oh, okay. What time did you wake up today?
Oh, 9, 9, 10.
9, 10. How about you, Mingje?
8, 15.
8, 15.
Yeah.
You wake up at the same time every day when I wake up. That's very interesting. How about you, Samantha?
5 minutes before we start a class.
Sharp on time to be in the class. How about you, Oliver?
Exactly 9 o'clock.
Oh, exactly 9 o'clock. That's very on time. How about you, Brian?
Just wake up.
You just missed some of the class. How about you, Arya?
Just wake up.
Just woke up. Okay,
Mm.
guys, please, in case if you happen to be late in the class, please make sure that you watch the videos when I post it on the website then. Okay, and now we are at this stage, -7 over x plus 3 has to be positive. How to solve this inequality, guys? The problem, look at that. It's not very easy at first, because you see that you cannot divide both sides. You cannot multiply that to x plus 3 because everything vanishes. That's right. But look at that. What has to be done? You have something negative at numerator. You have something at the denominator. What is the inequality is going to change to? Any ideas? I have something negative divided by something different, and it's positive. Can I say it's like that? Look at that, guys. If you divide two things together, a plus b, a divided by b becomes positive. It means that either, what conclusion you can make? The conclusion is that either both of them are positive, correct? Or both of them are negative, that the division is positive. Does it make sense to everyone? Please say yes if it does make sense to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who else? No one else? It means that only for two people it makes sense? Arya, Mingje, Oliver, Brian?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. And now, guys, you see that if you divide two numbers, A and B, and the result becomes something positive, it's a basic thing that you remember that either these two should be negative itself. For example, -2 divided by -3. What is that? It's 2 divided by 3. It's a positive number. Or both of them should be positive. 2 divided by 3. The result is a positive number. Then if you have -7 here, which is divided by x plus 3, and this is positive, and you know for sure that -7 is something negative, it means that x plus 3 also has to be negative. Correct?
Yes.
Then what is your best conclusion now? That x is less than -3. You take 3 to the other side, becomes minus, and you keep x there. Okay, guys, this exercise is taking more steps than I thought. The first thing then you saw that, guys, when you take the base between 0 and 1, okay, step number 3, when the base is between 0 and 1, it involves additional steps that you end up with these criteria that x has to be less than -3. Any questions?
No.
No? Okay. Okay, now we go to the case number, step number 4. What time is it, guys?
It's 9:49.
Okay, guys, give me 1 second. I go to take some water. I feel thirsty. I come back in a second and finish step number 4. Sean, are you still there?
Yeah, but I can't speak. I'm eating.
Oh, okay. Because
Oh,
you said
sorry.
that. No worries. Okay. Everyone is there. Samantha, Mingji, Oliver, Brian, Aria.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now, guys, we are going to go to step number 4. Step number 4 is what? Because if you remember, we initially focus on the fact that the base has to be positive, should not be equal to 1. Then we just went to other steps that the base is between 0 and 1, because it's in that case makes the functions to be decreasing. Then based on that thing, we argued that then the main driver of the function, if the base is less than 1, the main driver should be greater than 1 in order to have the whole function minus, based on this theory here. And now, as we move on to step number 4, we said that the base, what was the base, guys? Read the base for me, please. What was the base of the log function? X plus 4 divided by 2, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. We say that it has to be now greater than 1. What kind of functions it reminds us of? When the base is greater than 1. It reminds you of an exponential growth, right? Okay, guys. Now, we end up to this. The first thing you see that for the case number 2, that the base is going to be greater than 1, I multiply both sides to 2, then I get x plus 4 should be greater than 2, which means that x should be greater than what? Minus 2. I take 4 to the other sides. Becomes minus 4 plus 2 becomes minus 2. Correct?
Yes.
I'm going to be at this stage. Okay. And now, guys, the base is going to be greater than 1, which it means that the main argument of the function is going to be less than 1 in order, it's the reverse of the theory that we said. We said that if the log of f of x with base b, it needs to be negative. If base, I'm going to add it here, guys, please write this one. It's a very crucial thing. If the base is less than 1, and now we say that if the base is bigger than 1, we require that the f of x should be less than 1 in order to make the whole logarithm function negative. Okay.
Okay.
Because guys, it makes sense. Look, why? Because imagine that you want the whole log function be decreasing. The function is negative. But when fb, it indicates that the log function is increasing, then you have to show that the f of x should be decreasing in order to have the whole logarithms negative, huh?
Yes.
And now, I'm going to work with this. Then as a result, I say the log, the main driver of the function. The main driver was this one, the log of 2x minus 1, 3 plus x. What was the base of this, the other log, guys? Guys, what was the base? 2, huh? It has to be less than 1. How to solve this? You see again another number. 1. 1 can be replaced by what? I'm going to write this log of 2x minus 1, 3 plus x should be less than, and the base is going to be 2, is going to be less than the log of 2 by 2, because 1 represents the log of the same number with the same base. It was property number 1 that we discussed about that. Okay, and as a result, when the bases guys are the same, I have this base here, and I have this base there, then I can hold responsible the main functions. Page number 4. Guys, any questions at this part?
No.
No.
Oliver, Aria, Brian, Minji, Sean, Samantha.
Nope.
Everyone is good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Then I take the whole function responsible for this inequality. What do I mean? I mean I put 2x minus 1. 3 plus x, it should be less than 2. It means that 2x minus 1 divided by 3 plus x should be less than 2. Case page number 6, huh? What's the page number? How many pages did you spell so far? Step number 1. 1 page is missing, I think. Okay, let's put it 5 temporarily. Okay, I'm at this stage, guys. We have the same problem as we had before. And what's the problem? I said that I do not know if 3 plus x is going to be positive, that I multiply both sides to that number. Then I take minus 2 to the other side. What do I get? We're almost towards the end for this book, for this exercise. We say that 2x minus 1, 3 plus x minus 2 is going to be less than 0, correct? Then I simplify this. Becomes what? 3 plus x, 2x minus 1, minus 2 times 3 plus x is less than 0. What do I get? If I simplify that, I get minus 2x is gone, minus 7 divided 3 plus x is going to be less than 0. We reach to this stage. Okay. Now guys, look at that. Again, we have one negative number divided by some number, it's negative. It means that this number has to be positive, huh? That a negative number divided by that number is negative. Only case is 3 plus x to be what? Positive, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Which means what? At the end, means that x has to be greater than minus 3. Correct? To be honest with you, this exercise is so hard to teach it online, because if we were in the classroom, you could have got more involved and engaged, and it could have been much better experience in learning and teaching, I should say. Any questions, guys?
No.
No.
Then, as a result, we had lots of criteria to deal with it. Page number 1. You saw that the first case is x should be greater than -4, should not be equal to -2. Then for the first case, that if the base is going to be between 0 and 1, we came to the conclusion that x has to be greater than less than -3. But for step number 2, that the base is greater than 1, we got different criteria. Then you see that this example requires lots of steps. You are not going to have something similar in your test, but it's a good thing that you do it as a homework, that you learn how to deal with the logarithmic functions then. Logarithmic inequalities, because they sometimes, as you see, they can involve lots of steps. Any questions, guys?
Not really.
Guys, what time is it now? It's 10. We are going to take the quiz on the logarithmic function. Guys, please listen. Still, you have this homework, the thing which I did, this equation. Still, you have this homework. It was supposed to be due yesterday night, and you are going to submit that tonight before midnight. Okay, the same problem.
Okay.
Yeah, the same problem exactly as what I followed. And if you can add something to that, maybe somewhere I just went wrong, you have to correct me. Then please submit your assignment about solving the same log inequality tonight before the midnight and email it to me. Okay?
Mr. Omid?
Yes.
No, I submit this to you yesterday.
This one? It was a comprehensive log function, or it was also this one?
Still this one.
Oh, this
The
one.
same
Okay,
as-
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's yeah. That's right. That's right, Mingji. Awesome.
Okay.
Thanks. Thank you very much, Mingji. Oh man, you are rocking the role. Thanks. Thanks. You submitted 2 tough exercises. Then, guys, for the rest, please submit the same thing tonight to me. Still, you haven't submitted your comprehensive assignment. And that's that thing. Guys, please take a 15 minutes break. Come back by 10:17. Then we take the quiz, the 5 minutes quiz after. Okay? Please don't be late, otherwise you miss the quiz. Okay?
Quiz?
Awesome. Then enjoy your 15 minutes break. See you guys back in, and the quiz is going to be very easy. The easiest quiz you have ever done in your whole life. Okay, then I see you guys back in 10:18. Please be sharply on time then. Okay, see you guys in 15 minutes. Hello, everyone. Are you back, guys? Hello.
Hello.
Okay. Okay, let's start. And guys, I know that you are waiting for your quiz. I'm all right. Let me post a quiz for you on the Schoology. Everyone is back, guys. Who was that? It was, who was yawning? Add materials. Let me just add the quiz. Guys, please review your notes because the quiz which you're going to have now, it's just one of the examples which I solved that for you a couple of days ago. I'm just going to give you the same thing. Please, in the meantime, that I'm just going to post a quiz for you on the Schoology. Please review your notes because I'm not going to give you something different.
Behold, our ancestors created 6 strings, each for a different type of music. When I have
Okay. Guys, everyone is there? Let me see before the test. Who is there? Okay, guys, please say your name.
Minji.
Go on.
Brian.
Okay. How about Oliver and Arya?
I'm there, teacher.
Awesome. Thanks, Arya. How about Oliver?
I'm back.
Fantastic. Thanks, guys. Thanks for your attendance today on time. Just please go to the Schoology website. Go to the main page. You will see a quiz has been created. This is called Logarithmic Inequalities. we have solved that before in the class. Please now you try it yourself. And maybe you have to just take the picture and post it back into the main page. The time now is 10:26. I think 5 minutes should be enough for it, or you need more time. Let me know. We just set the time for 10:31.
Sorry, which one is this? Is the Lugari in? Okay, I find it.
You found it? Logarithmic inequalities. Beautiful question. We have solved that before during the class.
Oh, it takes me 5 minutes to open the Schoology. Oh, yeah. What the? I cannot open the Schoology.
Oh, why?
I don't know. Huh?
If you cannot open the Schoology, let me write that on a piece of paper.
Oh, I can. Super.
Oh, you got it?
Wait, which one?
Where is the quiz? Oh, logarithmic inequalities. Inequalities.
Sorry, guys, everyone got that quiz? You see the question in front of you? Only one question.
I don't
test
see the
is not
question.
currently.
No, I can't see the quiz. I can't see the questions.
Is currently accepting submissions.
Oh, you found that, Sean?
No.
No.
I
Wait,
don't see
nobody
the
found it?
question.
Sorry,
Yeah,
what
we
did you
can't
say?
see the questions.
Who can see that? Nobody?
No, I don't think so.
Teacher, I
Yes.
can see I can open the Schoology.
Oh, you cannot open it, huh?
Yeah, the
Okay.
internet. I don't know why.
No worries. I'm just gonna write that for you.
So what is the
Everyone-
question? Just write on the paper.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it right now.
Okay.
Okay. Guys, I'm gonna turn my laptop upside down that you can see that paper. And can you see it now? Guys, can you see the question now?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is log 4x plus 1 greater than log 2x plus 3. How about this? Is it better now?
Yes.
Good.
Teacher,
Yes.
can you move to left? Move the paper
To the left.
to the left. Your left. Yeah.
Is it good? Or the opposite direction?
No. I can.
Which one? Do you prefer this one?
Oh, maybe yeah. This one is okay.
It's better now?
More left.
More to the left?
Yeah, it's okay.
Awesome, awesome.
Thank you.
No problem. Guys, 5 minutes. I think 5 minutes is a good time, huh? Let me know if you need more time.
So back there is 2x plus 3, right?
Sarah, you said something, are you?
No, it's me, Samantha. Is 2x plus 3, right?
That's right. This one is 2x plus 3.
Yep.
And this one is 4x plus 1.
Mhm.
Beautiful question, huh?
它这个算分吗？还有人吗？
Sir? Sir? 哎，他写完这个怎么交啊？
不知道。
这个算分吗？
算分啊，这个是 quiz。
哎，你怎么交给他呀？如果交，
太恐怖。
他就是一道题吗？
应该是一会儿5道题都写完，传到 School 这上。
哦，5道题啊。
嗯，好像他这么说。
那没事。
Hey guys, are you done now? Please, if you're done, please email your stuff to me on the Schoology website. Guys, who is not done? Who
Me,
needs more time?
me. I need 2 minutes.
Yeah, sure. Please take 2 minutes.
Teacher, so
Yes.
when we finish all the question, we send the email to you, right?
Yes,
Not
please.
now.
If you can, I prefer the mailbox which I have on the Schoology website, because when the inspectors for a school comes to check, they see that, okay, you definitely submitted your result to me.
Okay.
Awesome.
So not now, right?
Yeah, right now. Yeah, please, right now.
Huh?
Yeah,
Wait,
right now.
I mean, when we finish one question, we need to send to the Schoology or finish all the 5 questions.
No, I mean for the quiz area, for this only question.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Teacher,
Yes.
this is quiz,
Hi, Linda.
but you tell me today no test and quiz.
Oh, today is Thursday. Oh, Arya, I know.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry. You are
you
excused. No
leave
worries.
me.
No worries. Linda, this is fine. You do not have to write this quiz. It's fine. You are
I'm
fine.
so angry today.
No worries. I'm fine. You are totally right. I should have taken this quiz, but you are fine to not to write the quiz. Where are you right now? You're in China now?
Yes.
Ah, how's everything there?
No good.
Not good, but it's good that you're back to the family, huh?
Yes.
Ah, you see the parents, you see the friends. Okay, guys, I'm just gonna flip the page because we are just gonna in 2 minutes to start the new lesson.
Okay, I'm done.
You're done. Everybody email it to me. Guys, the time right now is 10:40. I'm gonna start the new lesson by 10:45. Please, then, you should be done by your email to me by in 5 minutes. Then if you want to take also a quick break, 1 or 2 minutes, do that, please. Then we sharp starts by 10:45. And Sean, are you there?
Yes.
Can you please send your question through the message?
Oh,
Wait, I don't know how to send to you by Schoology. Only thing I can do is just post a picture on the discussion board.
Oh, can you do that?
No, I can't.
Do you know how to just put the picture on the discussion board?
No. There's no access to put pictures on there. There's only words, like the typing thing.
Minjay,
Yeah.
you are sending your answers to me on the Schoology. Can you please share your experience that how do you do that on the Schoology? How do you email it to me on the Schoology?
你是什么？你是直接就给
我
他
是发邮件的。
发邮
对啊，他刚刚不是说发邮件吗？
他是说在 Schoology 上发邮件。
对啊，就是在
Schoology
Schoology 给他上面那个有一个信箱，你知道吗？对，上面有一个信封的那个小图标。
我看到了。
Oh gosh。
嗯，你点一个那个加号，好像就能给他发过去。
我好像我发错图片了，God damn it。
哦，好，谢谢你。
没事。
那个 Schoology 上能直接 post 吗 ？Hello。
不知道，对。
哎，你们发邮件的时候写那个名字怎么写的？写他的名字吗？
我也不知道。
有那个是有那个要选择要发给谁的那个
我这里没
选择。
有选，他让我就是把名字输进去，但是我说他名字之后，
你把他名字输进去以后，它下边就显示出来了。
没有，
你就
没有哎，我刚才
啊，
没有，
我也没
这里
有。
发的发不出去。
我就打上那个 OMID，然后4个字，然后他名字下面就全显示出来，然后我再点，它就直接全上去了就。
我也没有，我已经试了好半天了。
啊，
Hey, Omid,
Yes.
I can't actually email to you, like to the person to the connection. I type your name on there, but it turns out I can't send anything.
Oh, really? Okay, in
Yes.
that case, just email to my Gmail account should be fine then.
Okay.
Awesome. Thanks.
I sent your email.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you very much. Guys, in 2 minutes, we are just going to start the new lesson. I hope that everyone is done.
Okay.
And Sean,
Yeah, I can't find the picture.
you can find the picture.
I'm finding it.
Sean, can you also do something? Can you also please, whenever you find a picture, just put that on the discussion board that I want also the others to take a look into the question.
The inequality?
Yeah, that's the logarithmic inequality which you had. And also please post it on the discussion board.
No. This one seems easy, not that hard. So it just the question I have already solved it.
No, I want you also please put that on the discussion board that also the others solve it.
Okay.
Okay. And now let's start. Guys, everyone is done from the quiz now. You feel refreshed back again to start the new lesson. Everyone is feeling happy of the quiz. You did a great job, guys.
No happy, teacher.
Sorry, what?
No happy.
Not happy? Linda, it was okay for you. You didn't have to write the quiz because you told me that you're moving back to China.
Okay.
No worries about that. It's okay for you.
Okay. Thanks,
Yeah.
teacher.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, guys, everyone is free now. Everyone can stay focused now to the course. And Sean, did you post a question on the discussion board?
Okay, let me find the picture first.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
And because I want also the others to take a look into your picture, into your question.
The question
Okay, while Sean is just putting, I should say, that question onto the main website, today we are gonna start a very brief session about the thing that we are gonna start working on it from next week. But I assume tomorrow there should be no class. Am I correct? Hello?
Yeah.
You are correct.
Tomorrow there is no
Teacher.
class, huh?
Yeah. Holiday.
I'm gonna check also for Monday. If the Monday also there is no class, then I just give you enough exercise for these concepts that you work on that during this real long weekend. And I have to also mention the date for our midterm class. The midterm class which we're gonna have, I'm just gonna announce it to you in a couple of days. I'm just gonna post the exact date for the midterm class, for the midterm exam, which is gonna happen probably by next Wednesday. I suspect that the next Wednesday is going to be our first midterm session. Okay, and now let's start with the new topic. And as a kind of a very good news for you all, and maybe a sad news, if you like the trigonometric functions, if you like the logarithmic functions too much, today we are done essentially with the concepts of exponential functions, logarithmic equations, and the logarithmic inequalities. We are totally done with that concept. I hope that you missed that concept too much because that was an interesting course. Now, today we start a kind of a warm-up for the concepts of the trigonometry. By Tuesday that or Monday that we reconvene back, we just start more advanced ones. But now I'm just going to start by refreshing your mind about the basics of the trigonometric function. Next week, things are going to get more serious. You remember that, guys, from, I should say, your previous year, from your Functions 11 course. And guys, also, before I continue, everyone can listen to me right now? I have posted a link into the updates of the course website. I have given you a link for the Advanced Function 12 book from the Nelson. From now on that you are working on the trigonometry, your homework should be from that book. Then when I assign you a homework, please go to that link, open the link. It's a book for almost 600 pages. You work only on 2 chapters of that book, and your homework is going to be from that link. Okay, everyone? Everyone is clear about that? Okay.
所以他在说什么？刚才
Guys, if you remember from your previous year and the Functions 11 course, we said that the first thing which we did back then was that we just made, I should say, what can I say? We made a Cartesian coordinate, and in that Cartesian coordinate, I used my tools to make a circle, as easy as that. But when I was making that circle, I made sure that the center of the circle is exactly the origin of my Cartesian coordinates, and I just made that circle. I hope that you can see the circle which I have drawn. But this circle had 2 characteristics. The first characteristic which this one had was that the center of that circle is exactly on the origin of this Cartesian reference frame which I have made. And the second characteristic of that circle was that the radius of this, and that was the reason, the radius of that circle was only 1 unit. It can be 1 centimeter, it can be 1 meter, it can be 1 kilometer. But the important thing was that it was 1 unit. That's why we call that from function 11 unit circle. We said that we defined the angle. We said that if we want to define the angle, we define the angle in that way, that we said that we just look at 2 arms of that angle. There is going to be a fixed arm, which is going to be exactly always starting from the circle origin of the Cartesian frame, or the center of the circle, goes all the way to here, which is the intersect of the x and the circle. And there is also a moving arm, which you see that this is highlighted in green, and it reaches to this point, for example, on the unit circle. This point is going to be, let's say, for example, I call this point A. Then we saw on functions 11 that we define, because if you move towards counterclockwise, you mean that you have your moving arm of your angle moving towards the left, you can always define an angle, and I call that angle alpha, which is going to be a positive angle. That's right. Then also we saw that when we have one angle like that, a positive angle like alpha like that, we were able to use the symmetry in order to find 3 other points that in trigonometry, they have the exact behavior. For example, imagine that if point A represents, for example, Samantha, I can find 3 other Samanthas which they look exactly like Samantha herself. How did I do that? I used the concept of the symmetry. I used, for example, my ruler. I made a normal going back all the way to this point. This one becomes another Samantha. At the intersect of the point parallel to the x-axis and the circle, I make another line, this dotted line. This dotted line is parallel to the y-axis, but it reaches to the circumference of this, I should say, my circle. It becomes, for example, A. This one becomes another Samantha. And at the same time, from that point, parallel to the x-axis, I make another dotted line to reach to intersect with their circle. This becomes also another Samantha. And also you see that if you go all the way up there, you go to another point. Then you see that if you have one point on the circumference of this unit circle, and that's what we talked in function 11. We said that we only look for the points. In this case, we call that point, sorry, Samantha, I use your name. We call that, for example, Samantha, when Samantha is on the circumference of the circle. For example, if there is another point, for example, Minjay is coming inside the circle. Anywhere inside, it's not going to be relevant to the trigonometry. There is a different concept. But as long as we are confined to rotate around the circle and on the circumference of the circle, the laws of the trigonometry is going to be valid for us. We are in a universe in that case that the trigonometry makes total sense. So far, so good, guys. Any question?
No.
No.
Yeah, that's good.
Good. And also the other thing that we discussed, I'm also conscious of the time. We have only 5 minutes. And also the other thing that we discussed, before I just go to that thing, I just want to highlight the fact that, guys, these 4 points that we make by using the symmetry in trigonometry behaves exactly like each other. They are exactly behaving like each other. There is no difference between them. That's the first thing. This is so crucial when we work with more advanced functions in trigonometry. The other thing that we discussed in function 11 was that in the past, we were working to measure the angles by using the degrees. For example, we say an angle 30 degrees. That's what we are used to, correct? But in trigonometry, we are more comfortable with the cases that the angle is measured based on a radians. Huh? What is a radians? I'm going to explain that to you, and I provide the formula how to work with the radians, and probably after that we should be done today. They miss lots of things I just wanted to mention. The first, guys, the thing is that when we work with the radians, always we assume that when we make the angle, I'm going to talk about what is the radians in nature as a method to measure the angle. We said that, guys, when I make an angle and it measures like the alpha, I have R as the radius of that circle. And you see that, guys, when you make an angle, it's like a birthday cake. You make a slice of the cake, and you see this part in front of the angle, which I highlighted in gray. You see that? This is the part of the circumference, which is chopped out by the angle alpha. And we call that arc. I called it S. I call the arc length as the S. We said that in function 11, that whenever you choose the alpha in a way that the length of the arc, I call this point B, that the length of the AB, I call AB arc, I measured by the S, it is equal to the radius of that circle, then you call the alpha 1 radians. I'm going to repeat that once more. We said that if you create an angle in your unit circle in a way that the angle alpha is cutting a part of the circle arc S in a way that the S equals to the radius of this circle, then you say that the alpha is 1 radians, correct? That's the definition. And we said that, okay, so far we have measured all the angles in degrees, how to convert them. In functions 11, we created this function. We said that the best way to move back and forth between these two ones is use this formula. We say pi over 180 multiplies to your angles in degree equal to the angle in radians. That was a formula which we used. For example, guys, I'm just going to make one example, then essentially we should be done after that. We said that if the angle which we have worked so far is going to be what? 60 degrees, correct? It's going to be 60 degrees, for example. How much radians is that? You multiply pi over 180 times 60. You do not change pi anywhere. A pi always is going to remain constant. Then you see that 180 and 60, they have a common factor, which is 60 itself. Then becomes 60 pi divided by 80 becomes how much? Pi over 3 radians, right? You remember that from functions 11? Yes, guys?
Yes.
Yes, good. Someone remembers that? How about Mijay, Sean, Oliver, Brian, Linda, Aria? Where are you guys?
Yes, yes, yes.
Awesome. That's the thing which we have to finish the class right now. When we come back from the breaks, we are going to talk more essentially until the end of the term. Our focus is going to be on just the trigonometric function. I'm going to assign you some homeworks based on the book which I just gave you the link. Please do that and submit that to me based on the deadline. Guys, any questions for today?
Not really.
No? And Sean,
Yeah.
please post that your question onto the discussion board.
Okay.
If you have no questions, guys, I wish you have a very nice vacation, holiday, and I should say, get good prepared, get ready for the midterm for the next week, okay?
But teacher,
Yes.
one question, two questions.
Yeah, sure.
So the quiz just have one question?
That's right, only one question.
Oh, okay. And I have one problem. That is, next week I will back to China. So on Tuesday. So I cannot.
Going back to China on Tuesday. Then if that's going to be the case, we just put the midterm on Thursday. That you should have enough time to catch up with the flight.
Can I have the midterm at Thursday?
Yeah, sure. I take the midterm from all on Thursday then. If everybody else
thank you
agrees.
so much.
No problem. No
Thank
problem.
you so much, teacher.
No worries, Arya. No problem. Then, guys, I'm just going to put the date for the midterm exam. It's going to be Thursday. Is it fine with everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome. Guys, then we are going to have the midterm on the Thursday. Then if you have no other question, enjoy the rest of the day and see you, I should say, on next week.
See you next week.
See you.
See you.
Thank you.
See you.
Goodbye,
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, teacher.
No problem. No problem.
See you.
See you. Have a nice flight to
Have a good
China.
weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.